Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Introspection. I'm your host, Amy Lindner Lesser. And today I thought I would talk about self care. For many women, we put ourselves last on our list. We're not even on and the problem is that when we don't put our self care front and center, we end up with no energy for the other people that we do want to help. It's true, we can't pour from an empty cup. So toss the notion that self care is selfish, because it's not. It's actually the first step in self preservation and living an inspired and joyful life. Welcome to Introspection, the podcast about moving from grief to growth. I'm Amy Lindner Lesser, your host. Introspection started out as a podcast about hospitality, innkeeping, and innkeepers. After about a year, I realized that my life and interests have morphed from hospitality to helping others navigate from grief and loss to growth and living. In this new version of Introspection, I will be talking about my personal experiences with loss, and there are quite a few, what I've learned along the way through my professional training, as well as from my coaching experiences. I'll also be bringing in guests to share interesting ideas. So grab a beverage, find a comfy place, take a deep breath, and listen in. Why should you be satisfied with merely surviving when you can thrive? Life transitions, life quakes are tough. They're large changes in our lives that affect relationships. And if a relationship was important, it's going to cause grief and loss. And many times we lose our identity. The change is tough. The firm ground that we've been standing on has shifted, as in an earthquake. And we don't know if what we're standing on is sturdy enough to hold us. We've lost our identity. The world is upended. Nothing seems familiar. That's when self-care comes in. For many women, especially those of us who've grown up in the 50s, the 60s, and even the 70s, self-care was definitely seen as selfish. I'm here to tell you it's not. The stewardesses, and yes, that's my age, or the flight attendants will tell you, if you're traveling with somebody, when the oxygen mask falls down, make sure to put it on yourself first. Take care of yourself. So what I've done is I've come up with a little ABC of self-care when you're navigating a life transition or navigating a life quake. So here we go. A is for appreciating the moment. Take time for a few minutes of just breathing. Pet an animal. Go to a rescue site if you don't have your own, or knock on a neighbor's door and ask to borrow theirs. Go on a small adventure. It doesn't have to be a big one, maybe just to a new store or a new supermarket. Or sit outside and listen to the birds chirp. B is for breaks. Take lots of them, even 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Get off your couch, out of your chair, definitely out of your bed, and move. Change your point of view. When you get out of your routine and out of your house, lots of things begin to change. They certainly look different from a different angle. C is for creativity. Find a hobby or a new interest. Try out Calm, which is a meditation app. And this is May. May is meditation month. If you're like me, you've probably tried meditating and say, I can't do it. There are tons of different ways to meditate. Sitting outside, my favorite thing, listening to the birds, watching the breeze in the trees, watching the flowers or the animals scamper. That's meditating. C is also for cooking. Cook a nutritious and delicious meal for yourself and share it with someone. Make sure the foods are colorful because we eat first with our eyes. D is for dancing. You don't need a partner to dance. Find some music that moves you. It could be sad, so that when you move, you cry. It could be fast and loud, so you can express anger or strong emotions, or sweet to evoke memories of sweetness. Whatever it is, dance it out. Get the energies and the feelings that are stuck in your body and get them moving and get them out. E is for enjoyment and emotions. It's okay to feel opposing emotions at the same time. You can be sad and happy. All emotions are nothing more than feelings. They're neither good nor bad. We have to stop judging and just let them be. F is for fun and frolicking and facials. Whatever is fun nurtures our body, our mind, our spirit, and our soul. As grievers, we sometimes think that when we're in mourning, everything about us and around us needs to be dour and heavy and sad. So we forbid ourselves to have fun. Other than not to cause harm to ourselves or others, there are no rules. Nurture yourself with whatever you need. Your fun today could be different than the fun tomorrow. Experiment, try new things. G is for grounding and gratitude. One of the most important aspects of navigating grief and loss is that it never completely disappears. It's been proven, though, that grounding in the present moment and finding people, places, and things to be grateful for help. The more we can find, the more there is to find. Gratitude grows exponentially. I'm going to say that again because I think it's really important. Gratitude grows exponentially. H is for hugging and humor. We need 8 hugs a day to survive and 12 to grow. More is even better in this instance. Humor is crucial for getting by in life. And who wants to just get by? I want to thrive. I is for putting yourself first. Independence, imagination, and discovering new interests. J is for journeys, short jaunts, journaling, jogging, and joyfully jumping jacks or jills. K is for kaleidoscopes and different ways to see your world. It's for knitting, kittens, and kisses. L is for love, for learning a new skill, for listening to music or a podcast, especially introspection. L is also for laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. M is for massage, for music, for masks, and meditation. Masks don't have to be left on, but they can be taken off. You can surprise yourself and others by removing a mask that you've been wearing for years. Who is it behind that mask? Who does she or he want to be? Experiment. N is for nature walks, for nurturing and nesting. Nesting is when you make your environment comfortable, where you want to spend the time. So whether it's comfy blankets or throws on your couch, or a weighted blanket, or even a weighted sort of sweater that you can wear over yourself, that's like giving yourself a hug. That's part of nesting. O is for open minds, open houses, origami, and going or getting outside of your head, your comfort zone, and your home. In order to change and to grow, we need to be open. We need to be willing to try new experiences. We need to be willing to step out of, I hate to say this, but it's true, the comfort of our misery. Sometimes it's easier to stay where we're comfortable, even if we're miserable, than it is to take that first step outside. I'm here to tell you, though, that taking that first step outside your comfort zone is so, so amazing. P is for painting, for planting, for puppies and puzzles, for petting your pets, for photography, and for pleasure. All things that you don't need anybody else in order to enjoy. Q is for quilting, for quizzes, for questions, and for quests. Whether it's taking up the hobby of quilting, enjoying somebody else's handiwork, doing quizzes and learning more about yourself, asking yourself questions, and then journaling. Do automatic journaling, which is where you take your pen and you write in your journal, and you don't lift the pen up, you don't look at what you're writing, you just write whatever is downloading. It's amazing the stuff that comes out. Don't edit until after you've written it, and hopefully never edit it. But after you've written it, give a little bit of time and then go back and read it. What did you find out? Were there questions that were answered? R is for rest, reflection, restoration, relaxation, reflexology, and romance. If you don't have a partner, that's okay. Romance yourself. Make a candlelit dinner of your favorite meal and a special beverage, and follow it by a bubble bath, a luxurious bubble bath. And then slather your body with special lotions or oil. Take time to enjoy yourself. S is for self-care, for sleep, for snuggling, for snowmen, snowflakes, and snacks. T is for thankfulness, for talking, making a telephone call to tell somebody what they mean to you. We all need to hear that we're important in someone else's life. And sometimes when we're grieving, when we're in a state of bereavement, we want to talk to others, but we sit back and we wait for them to call us. I'm here to say, take the initiative and pick up the phone. That person may be waiting for the right time to call you. We're not mind readers. So if there's somebody you want to talk to, pick up the phone. Tell them what they mean to you. Let's not wait until it's too late. U is for underground, for umbrellas and underwear. Yes, sexy underwear. And uniqueness. What makes you unique and therefore special? What is it about you that nobody else can say is the same about them? Take time to think about it. And then take some time to think about and write down 50 things that make you special. V is for vacations, for volunteering, for values and visioning your life's possibilities. Visioning is like daydreaming with a V, where you can think about all of the possibilities that there are. Don't cross anything off. Just allow it to be a possibility. It can be the most outlandish idea. I think if somebody had said to me, do a podcast 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I would have thought they were crazy. The idea of getting on or in front of a camera and talking was so scary to me. And now I love it. I even love doing these solo podcasts. I enjoy talking with other people and meeting and sharing their wisdom, but I also enjoy just doing it on my own. And what I find is that when I come out of that is my self-esteem goes up. W is for walks, for wonder, for watching a movie, and warm welcomes. Make sure when you see somebody who you haven't seen in a little while that you give them a big hug. That's a warm welcome. It makes us feel warm inside. X is for examining, expansion, experience. Searching for xenia, which is the Greek word for hospitality, in others. See how other people welcome you. Are there things people do that you really admire in the way they show their hospitality? Something you want to copy and add to your experiences. Y is for you. You matter. It's also for yoga. Make your one brighten your day. But remember, you. Z is for planting some zinnias and then getting your zen on. Whatever it is that brings you joy.
Lifequakes or life transitions and the aftershocks that follow are something we all experience. A lifequake can stem from the heartbreaking grief that arises from the loss of a loved one or the disorientation felt when life suddenly shifts due to the loss of a job, relationship, identity, or health challenge. Learning to navigate these transitions with mindfulness, grace, and self-compassion is the key to finding your way back to joy, happiness, and inner peace. Advanced Grief Recovery Method Specialist and Certified Life Transition Coach Amy Lindner Lesser, MSW, expertly supports clients to navigate their lifequakes and transitions with warmth, kindness, and grace. Learning to accept support as you navigate your way through the aftershocks is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. Learn more at introspection.com. That's introspection.com.
Reach out to find out how I can help you discover the new you. You can become this new you after your lifequake. I can help you navigate the murky waters of change and loss and grief to discover the hidden you that's bursting to be released into the world. Joy is possible again. It's even probable, and I can help you uncover it. You can contact me at introspection.com or click on the link in the show notes to schedule a free navigating through your lifequake call with me. And what we do is we talk about your lifequake, where you'd like to end up, and how we can get there. I look forward to hearing from you and to talking to you about your ABCs of self-care. Thanks for listening. And for those of you who are a little leery about Mother's Day coming up, know that no matter what your relationship is with your mother, whether she's still alive or she's estranged or she's no longer still alive, you can still have a relationship. Her spirit and her soul exist. So think about ways that you can honor your mother, you as a mother, whether you have children who are living or no longer living, or whether you have fur babies alive or passed on. How do you honor that day? How do you celebrate the connection? And what gifts can you find in your relationship with motherhood? For all of you, I will see you soon. Remember, self-care is not selfish, it's essential. And remember that I love you. See you soon. If you liked what you heard on this podcast and want to hear more, please follow us and tell your friends. You can also find me on Facebook at Amy Lindner Lesser, Grief to Growth Life Coaching, and on LinkedIn at Amy Lindner Lesser. Thanks again.